Hello. Hi, Rebecca. Morning. How are you guys doing? I'm good, thank you. Hi, Linda. How are you? Hello, welcome to this place. Welcome to a beautiful Monday. Hope you all had a good weekend. Let me know where you're joining from. Hi, Alison. From Oregon. Lovely. Are you first time here with me, or have you been to my talks before? It's always interesting to see where everyone joins from and how we are all connected. Before I begin, I'll just give a couple more minutes for everyone to join. First time, welcome here. Thank you for choosing to be here. And how is the weather in your heart? Doing good at this moment of time? How are your thoughts? So today's session, it's mostly going to be a talk. And let's see what I'll be guided, maybe a meditation at the end, I'm not sure. Sometimes it's going with the flow of the energy of the room. That's the most important thing. First time from Switzerland. Oh, hi, Emma. I have great memories from Switzerland. Yeah, and recently we were talking about our trip like 19 years ago. So maybe having a journal or a piece of paper and a pen would be handy. Some things can click, and you might like to go deep into that line of thought or an idea that might come up as I'm talking or sharing the examples or something. So it'll be interesting what comes up, and that the reason you're here and the reason you're here to shift a thought or an idea there. Yes, it is very beautiful place, Emma. You're so lucky to be there. It just all depends on the eyes we look into, isn't it? The beauty, where it is, and everything. So, welcome everyone to this beautiful place, and thank you for being here. I'm Srimanju from Seattle, and today I'll be sharing about how to train our thoughts with happy memories. And I've been into the spiritual awakening for over 12 years, doing Reiki, meditation, mindfulness, Akashic Records reading. And with all that, there is a lot of changes that I have welcomed in my life. And it's not always been the case. I had to train myself to be on this upbeat spectrum of the life. Yeah. So this is where I bring in my own experiences and share what can make it easier and some tools and tips that I have worked on, and that could be thought provoking or that can help you guys as well. Yeah. So to begin with, how do we train our thoughts with happy memories? It's not a normal way. I think with our DNAs, with our brain, the way we think is always the most upsetting events that come up in our minds, or the things that haven't worked out is what we say think or see about ourselves. It's all about ourselves. Like when we say, hey, I'm not worthy, I don't deserve this, or I didn't get my best piece of cake in my life, or someone else was better than me. These are the things that we grew up with, conditioned with. But now it's always okay to change those. It's not always the case that they were right or true to our own soul growth. Like, as I say, soul growth, we are here on this beautiful place with a reason, and we had to go through these challenges to shift and understand who we are deep inside and change the perspective that people are projecting or the society is projecting on ourselves. And when that happens, when we are thinking differently to what everyone else is thinking, there is a lot of change and a shift comes in our lives. You become the black sheep, or there is a lot of turmoil in your life, and that you're going in a better side because you are following your soul, your intuition, your gut, in doing what exactly inspires you to do. But to do that, there is a lot of consistent habits or a practice we need to do, which are these joyful moments or good memories that we need to bring in. Now, my main objective is not that we all need to be happy all the time or be positive all the time. That's literally not possible. I'm not like, and I can't say you guys to be there, or I haven't come across anyone so who is always positive. But the thing is, we can aim for it, and we can aim to look into those positive things in our lives, how we can shift, or what can we see better that we haven't seen ourselves. Like, there could be like, hey, here I'm holding my crystal here. So this is one side of the crystal that I'm only looking at. I don't know what the other side of the crystal is. So when I am only looking at the sad side of a story, it's about like, how do we turn around and look at the other side of the story and get a full picture and get a clarity, and then create that memory as well. So going back into the awakening journey itself, like, it's always like, I wasn't even thinking about like what I need to be grateful for. I have like a perfect life, but always I felt there is something else I need to do, or there is always that hollowness in the heart that I'm here for a reason. I'm trying to struggle and get it. So no matter what I was trying to quench my thirst of the soul craving, everything seemed so out of sync, or not in good place. Like, it could be the thoughts coming up, like, probing me. Hey, maybe I'm not meant to be here to understand all this. Maybe I haven't done enough of education to understand of this. Maybe I didn't have the right family to understand all this. So we always look for those areas that are kind of a self-pity sometimes, or kind of even like self-loathing, saying, hey, this is what it is, like, but it's up to us how we shift. Now, in this exercise that I would like you all to participate is, go back into those happy spots, because we all equally have uh, a side of a story, like, with the crystal that I'm showing you, a story that has a negative side and a positive side. But the negative side is more drawn because we are afraid or fearful to take the steps, and we feel a comfort of not good enough, or someone said something that has an anchor. But when we look at the bright side of how successful we are, where we are to be here and doing exactly what we meant to be, or how fortunate we are with all the amazing things, people, conditions that we grew up, it takes a lot of effort to be there. And now, how does that become so easy for some people? First thing is to start by owning your story. Owning your story as every bit of it, not only the sadness, not only the upset things, not only things that didn't work out, but also the things that worked out. How many of you own your story as a full thing, to exactly who you are, embracing as a full? And that part itself does take a work in progress for a long time. Right now, I can say I do own my story, at least on a major part of it. But there are some parts of my story that I'll be going dipping in and out and trying to embrace it because of some experience that might be triggered today, or that experience that has been triggered a couple of days ago that I'm re looking into who exactly was I in that story there that was created. So that is the most important thing. When you own your story, you are welcoming every part of you. And step one, definitely own your story. Like, write down the things that you are so proud of about yourself, and write down the things that you would like to improve. Now, I'm not saying you're not proud of yourself. Definitely, these are the things that we would like to put an effort and understand deeper as well. So there is this part of it, like, which part do you like yourself, to appreciate the things that you're good at and giving yourself more and more to that part, or the things that you're not good at, and the kind of backing or abusing emotionally yourself as well, that you're not good at it, and forgetting all the other 100 things that you're super good at. So if you have a journal, make sure to write 25 things that you are good at. Have that. And on the other side, write 5 things that you are not so good, but you would like to improve. So on one side, it's the 25 things or even more that you are super good at and you feel proud about yourself. And the other side is about and things that you would like to improve. Now, when I ask this exercise to be done in the workshops, generally, a lot of, like, especially with the Reiki 1 workshops, when I ask students to do it, a lot of them struggle to even praise themselves and understand what they are good at, or they would have, like, only like 2 or 3 things, and that surprises. And I say, hey, can you write 10 things about your colleague who is sitting beside you, hardly met for 5 minutes, and write 10 things about them, and they will be filling up the page, like, and that always surprises. That is how we have been conditioned. We were never allowed to praise ourselves, but you were always told, hey, look after the others, siblings, your family, your friends, everyone, like, and so you always get to see the brighter side of them, not in ourselves, like, and this is where pick up your story. The first thing is to see what you are exactly proud about. Like, it could be the silly thing. And I ask people to even write, you're proud about your hair, like, the way you have it, or the sense of dressing up, or even the sense of admiring something, like, or having a good choices of movies that you pick up, like anything it could be, like, but own yourself, and be okay to write those proud moments. Yeah. And 25 proud moments, and 5 things. It could be like, say, like, I'm not great at one of the languages, so I would love to improve myself if that's what my soul wants. And I would love to have a quicker kind of a grasping or a reading book kind of thing. Like, if I'm reading a book for like 10 hours, maybe I would like to improve reading a book in 4 hours, like, so it could be always there is a place for us to improve and change as well. Yeah. If that's what you truly wanted. So think about those things, and definitely when you write your proud moments, hold it. Be in silence, look over them, go over them, and celebrate the success of who you are. And that is the important milestone. Only when you celebrate, you are internally happy. Now I can say many things. Hey, you need to be so positive. You need to be always happy. You need to be always smiling. But that's all the outside. It's the internal things that we need to be shifting and looking forward. How we are building ourselves to be stronger. And I always refer by, like, imagine yourself like a mountain or a tree, a beautiful strong tree, and that is how build yourself internally. So when you celebrate yourself, you are building yourself internally a very strong person. And tell me, like, maybe in the comments as well, like, yeah, or were you ever praised to celebrate your success in your life? Was it done often, or were you be have a cheerleader around in your life, or who would be always praising you no matter what you did, like, some of us are fortunate to have that kind of a family or a best friend or a partner or children, but some of us may not have them. And in that case, rather than longing for someone else to come and fill it up, how about we do it ourselves? At least then we don't have anyone to blame for, and we are happy that we are satisfying ourselves by looking at our victories and our goals and celebrating them. And what else? When you are celebrating yourself, being part of your own life rather than moving away from it, isn't it? And you are not giving the power to anyone else. The power is within you. That's the most important thing. Always try to have that power within you, where it's not someone pressing your buttons to make you sad, upset, or anything, but you owning that. Hey, someone says mean thing that you're not worthy or you don't deserve this home or a success or a job. Ask yourself, why do I not deserve? And what have I not done in my life not to deserve this good education, working hard and being here, climbing up those ladders, being successful? These are the things that you did. You own yourself. So when you own it, that doesn't let you down, no matter what anyone says, because they were only seeing one side of the coin, but only you see the both the sides of your coin, and you're owning your story. Every path that you walked, every thorn that you were pricked on, you know the pain of what it is with your own life story. And that's the most important thing to recognize. The other thing is being grateful for when you are proud about things, also write the things that you are grateful for. Every day, make it a habit to write or think about three grateful things that are happening in your life, either small, big. And when I say, like, I'm grateful for Insight Timer being here, I'm also elaborating it here. Be more specific, be more vocal about it, and in your journal, write deeper as well. Like, hey, I'm very grateful for you guys to be turning up, showing up here so I can do my work, I can show up as well. It's just that energetic reaction that we are having. When I shift, you are shifting as well. And so as you shift, you're inspiring someone else as well, and you're walking your path. So it's all the chain reaction that we are in. So being grateful for that moment of time, fantastic. Make a note of the things, and you will never be amazed like how you'll have more than three every day, to three things, three events, three feelings that you're very, very grateful for every single day, and that's the most important thing. You can start doing by either in the morning when you wake up, fresh start, and having that clean slate of a life in front of you, or the day ahead of you. How about you write with beautiful things, right? And by that, you can also implement it the last thing in the night, especially for people who have anxiousness, insomniac, or sleep issues, or relaxing issues. Diverting that energy into the things that happen great is a good one. Like, you're shifting off, like, again, you're training the mind into the things that you have actually achieved greater success. You're happy inside out, and that way you're worrying less, you're less anxious, and you're not so keen about the things that haven't worked out. I mean, like, if you know it's not going to work out, would you even bother much? Or would you be so upset about it? No, you gave your 100%. And that is where you need to always look back of finding what better can I do. And when you ask that question on any subject, project that you work on, personal goals and everything, that gives you the ideas of how you can connect again and be the better side of you. It's like improvising yourself to be a better human each and every single day. Do you resonate with that now? I'm just going to see the comments here. Peggy, I'm seriously considering changing my first name, Peggy. I've been called this nickname given to me by an uncle. Never liked it. Yes, that's the best thing, Peggy. When you change your name, your vibration changes and your reaction towards it changes as well. Because these are the vibrations of the names. When we don't resonate, we have no connection to it and we don't feel joyful at all. Do change it. Ask your closer friends to start saying the name. And also there is this beautiful exercise you can do is chant your name that you like it for over a few times, like every day, so you itself are creating this new vibration of energy for you. Or write it down as well. Yeah, so that will be a good shift. You will be loving it. Yeah, chanting your own name, asking your friends to be surrounding you and keep calling you with that new name. It's amazing. There is a transformation there. Yeah. Hey Monica, welcome. All right, so having that journal, having those proud moments to write down, and celebrating your success and gratitude, and then think about like, uh, what are your favorite hobbies? What inspires you to do? The reason is these things help us to train our mind with something to look forward, or something to have a good memories being created. It could be having some clay class or photography or walking, and anything that would inspire you to do it. Like, have a bucket list. Have you ever heard about a bucket list? The things that you want to do before we are too old or before we leave the earth. Like, it's about time that we do that and take each one of them as we do it, because that's something that inspires us every day to live in the moment and make the most. You might have a crazy one in the list, but hey, when you are shifting, when you are raising your vibrations, you are anchoring towards it, like, and that way it helps us. Yeah, to shift in as well, and something to look forward. In bucket list, I would highly recommend to do when you're in a good place. That's the most important thing. Not when we are in a low vibration, because we don't feel inspired, we don't feel drawn to write anything, and we say like, I don't deserve all this. So definitely have a bucket list to be written when you're feeling great inside out. Yeah, have them and stick up on your fridge or on your cupboard, where everyone sees as well. You're letting the world know that you're ready for these new things to welcome in your life. Don't be embarrassed about it. It's more about like, maybe if you're embarrassed about it at the initial days, maybe hide those ones. Maybe just have some things that you're okay to share with the world, like, just like maybe going for a beach stroll with a loved one, like, you really want to do it, just put it out there. Yeah, so that's the most important things. So having that bucket list definitely shifts our mind and becomes like that inner child, excited what ahead and what can I do, like, that's so important to have as well. No matter what age we are, it could be 10, it could be 70, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, it's about having those wishfulness and something more to achieve from ourselves. Like, these are the nice expectations for ourselves to enjoy our life. Now, there is this big exercise I would love to do with you all now. So, this exactly is about like, how are we noting? Are we having a happy memory? When I look back into my life, what is my happy memories? That's the most important thing to acknowledge, right? Whenever I ask that question, a lot of people do go back into the big eventful things. I mean, nothing wrong with it. When was you last happy about it? So we kind of recognize those as big events: when you got married, when you gave birth, when you moved, or when you bought your first car, or when you graduated. These are the kind of the things that first recollection comes in. But we do forget the little things that we are happy about throughout the day, throughout the week as well. So now I was the same, like I was only looking for those big milestones. But now, when you say, like, when is your last happy moment? This morning, having my cup of tea outside in the back door, it's so sunny here with my husband. That is my happy space. Like, I meant to get up late today, but I said, no, I'm going to wake up fresh in the morning and have a nice cup before my children are going to be awake, like they're on their holidays. So that was my happy memory from right today, like, so when you recognize those, you are looking forward every day for it. Now, I want you to hold on to the thought of your own happy memory now. So mine was this, and now I want you to explore with five senses. So with my happy memory, what did I see? I saw a lot of birds coming in, hummingbirds especially, getting their feeds, and also bunnies around in the garden, hopping around, and flowers blossoming up, the sunflowers, the roses, and everything. So this is what I was seeing, and also the happiness in my husband's eye, as he didn't expect me to wake up early to be spending time with him. So these are my happy memory, what I was seeing. And now the other part is, what did you smell? The moment I stepped out, I was smelling the beautiful roses, and I was like, wow, this is so beautiful. It's so fresh. And the morning roses, the smell is so, so good. Like, and that's my, again, memory from this morning about the smell. And think about, like, what you see, what you smell, what you taste. The taste was about the tea. Like, I didn't like my tea. I made an Indian chai. It wasn't great. I think with the heat, like, maybe tea is not a great idea. But I said, I'm enjoying the company. I'm going to shift in. And I was just there, not sipping much, but just enjoying everything around me. So the taste wasn't great. But again, I'm recognizing it. And the next part is, like, what did you feel like? Yeah, I was feeling very happy, very grounded, and very being in the present moment to change, shift everything. Like, I was having more of a productive nature this morning rather than a tired nature when I woke up. And by then, I didn't do my meditation. I was still good place. So, which is great, even, like, to feel that way, to be grounded to what exactly excites us to do. And what were you hearing? Like, the other senses is hearing. Hearing was, I was hearing the birds around, and my husband speaking to me. So those were the two things that I was noticing in. Now, in that happy memory, there is nothing that I need to be thinking other than these five senses. You could have had a nightmare last night, or you didn't sleep well, or yesterday was a rough day for you. It's okay with all that. But when you're thinking about happy memory, you are reliving that moment again. I'm reliving with you guys right now what happened a couple of hours ago. So again, I'm boosting up. I'm bringing a good hormones into my body, and I'm smiling as I'm sharing as well. So we are shifting it. So it is so important to recognize our happy memories. Often play these reels, DVDs, and change how we feel, or we are supposed to be felt by the society. So this is an internal thing to be done. So this is a very, very important mindfulness exercise that you can do. You can follow it anytime. So all you need to do is, as you write in your journal, or even recollect in, when was your last happy memory that's coming up into your mind? Again, it can be within 24 hours or 24 years ago. It doesn't really matter. To begin with, let the memory come in. Sit with that memory. Remember, only the happy memory here we are talking about. When people do talk about, like, the wedding or the childbirth, they also go into the other side of the drama, which happens is like 30 hours of labor, or how somebody didn't support us, or how uneventful the wedding went. Like, no, it's about that happy part of it. We are bringing that energy back. And with that, have your five senses ready that you are recollecting and thinking about. Seeing, hearing, um, hearing, smell, taste, and sensing. So these are the five sensories that you are invoking and reliving that memory once again, one more time. That's the most important thing. And when you do that, the whole vibration changes. Everything around you is changing and shifting, and you start to see life from a better perspective. And now you want to do more of them that brings you the happiness or changes and shifts you as well, don't you? So, how about we go into it? I want to lead you with a meditation here. How about we all do it? Show me by the love hearts or by in the comments if you'd like to go into a meditation with that. I said you, I wasn't prepared for it, but I just needed to go listen to my guides. Let me know if you would like to do it. Yay! Lata, how can I stop negative thoughts at night? That's a great question. Yeah, how do we stop the negative thoughts at night? For me, that worked was having an affirmations, a chart with affirmations. I do painting, so my paintings would be with affirmation. I'm grateful for at this moment. I love myself. These are the ones that I usually would have to change my thoughts. Again, saying that not it does happen. So these things would help. And the other thing I really helps me is having something physical, having a snow globe or a glitter jar by your bedside or a crystals does help. All you need to do is shake them up and do notice how the color is or the glitters are settling in. That way our focus is coming out of our mind into something else physically, like, and recollecting three grateful things, that helps as well. Yeah, to shift and get into in gentle movements like a slight dance, or sometimes meditation does help, but sometimes it can just make us be more awake. So it depends on how everyone is about changing those as well, like, a little bit negative thoughts will shift in. Journaling also helps, like, is you just write whatever the chatterbox you're having, good or bad or anything, onto the piece of paper, so you're literally emptying it out. So that is other way to stop those negative chatter and get into the relaxed state. And that is again, like, I have seen my parents being warriors, and I used to think that I should be thinking as well, like, being awake and think. And but then I changed myself. No, that's not right, that's not being healthy for myself. It's again like when we acknowledge this is not right, we are changing and shifting. Yeah, hope that helps you, Lata. My yoga nidra helps at night. Yes, that's right. Yeah, it does. I haven't tried myself, but I heard so good about it. Yeah, anything to relax ourselves. And some days it could be just a lavender bath or lavender drops on my pillowcase. That will help me to stop my chatterbox, especially when you are in very personal or a very emotionally attached subject that you are thinking, overthinking as well. Yeah. So hopefully that helps. All right. Okay. So let's get into the meditation now. And so before I begin the meditation, I want you to think about that happy memory again, only the happy memory. Through the meditation, I'm going to lead you to relive that experience again. So, yeah, if you're not driving, let's go into the meditation. If you're driving, just listen and see. You can follow the script again, like you get an idea what you're doing. Yeah. All right, closing your eyes, relaxing yourself, taking a nice deep breath. As you're closing your eyes, you're allowing yourself to go deep into your belly, breathing in and breathing out. And as you're breathing in, let the air go deep into your belly, calming your belly muscles, your lower back. And as you're breathing out through your mouth, You're releasing any tensions, any tightness in your body. Breathing in and breathing out. Relaxing your legs, relaxing your shoulders, relaxing your head, getting comfortable to who you are, where you are, and breathing more deeply, bringing the peace into you. Breathing in and breathing out, allowing ourselves to go into a beautiful journey, a journey into our past, where we are going into that beautiful happy memory, where you were a child or an adult or a teenager, or right this morning, going into your happy memory. The door to that memory is always open. It's just you need to find the path to walk towards it. And the pathway is always lighting up and welcoming you to revisit it and relive that moment anytime you wish to. Breathing in and allowing yourself to go into that memory. Feel your body back into that memory. First thing is, notice what you are seeing around. Just with your eyes, just observing, not making any judgments, not making any changes to the event in your memory, but just observing. Are the people, are the buildings? Is there a nature close by or animal right to do? It's just being open to be observer into your memory. Do you have any colors around? As you see from the same memory, now let yourself hear the words or hear the nature's beauty, or you hear just the silence. Be open to hearing what has happened in your memory in the past. Someone praised you, something exciting that you did. Are you hearing your own voices? Recognize that. And just notice the words coming out without changing much. Now moving into your sense of taste. Notice, what do you taste in your palate? Did you have any food? Did you have a drink? What was it like with that memory? Were you at a party? And sometimes our memories may not be related to anything to do with the taste, and just notice that as well, not changing anything. Now gently moving into your sensory abilities. What do you sense? What do you feel around that memory? Was it exciting? Was it happy? What word would you like to give there? What is that one word that comes out to your memory? That you can define this beautiful moment. Content, gratitude, happiness, anything that your mind is calling up to. Now going into your sensing, smell. In your happy memory, what do you smell right now? Recognizing that smell from that past. Just a happy memory. Was there any smell? Could be a perfume, it could be the flowers, could be the tobacco, anything. Just recognize that. Not changing anything, just recognizing that smell. And just check in with yourself with all the five senses. How does your body, how does your mind, how does your soul feel like at this moment of time with that memory? Do you feel the merge of you to your own memory? Or have you recreated it at a higher vibration that you're so happy to be reliving that the perfectly just as it was? And just observe your thoughts with this memory. Now slowly coming back into that present moment, into the room that you're in, into the space that you're in now, recollecting, remembering, and bringing the same vibrations back into your body. And now you know that you can always visit this memory and relive it, just getting closer to that. And if you have a journal or a piece of paper, make a mental note of what you felt like, what you experienced it, and how are you feeling right now. And let me know in the comments, how are you? What was it like to go down your memory lane, especially the happy one? Because we usually go into the other ones, but here now we chose intentionally to go into the happy one. Did you go there? Michelle, that I'm stronger than I give myself credit. Yes, that's right, Michelle. I'm glad you did recognize yourself there. Isn't it so beautiful to know, like, actually, we don't sit in and actually give a pat on our back for being who we are? Glad you did feel that. Anyone else has any insights there? Have some water as well. Has anyone played on snow before? You know, the first time when you are snowboarding on a fresh snow, you go all over the place, not straight line. It could be some twirls as well. And the 10th person who is following you, they exactly follow onto the twirls you made. Some make the straight line, some make follow just where you are. And this is exactly how our brain is. One thought after one thought, it recreates into the same lane that we are creating. So if the first thought is on a happy ending or a joyful one, the last thought will also go, even with the twirls, to the same destination. So that is important to recognize. How are we training our thoughts? It's just like the fresh snow, and you can always retrain it and shift in and get to the destination as you want it. And this is how we train our neurons to get stronger and stronger of where we want to create our habits. So far, our habits have been somewhere else, but when we are retraining it, it takes a little bit of a patience, being kind to ourselves, and getting to where we need to be. And that's an important thing, yeah. And this is like, yeah, it can't be done in one day, but a consistent practice, showing up yourself to these things that you are inspiring, that you love about yourself, that will help us to be training and going onto that path that you are laying down. And when you are doing that, you're raising your vibrations, you're seeing the beauty in everywhere else, and people do recognize that, and they will be changing the vibration around you, vocabulary around you, and you're not being pulled down by those words or the moments or their memories, but you are creating your own one. How you are feeling after that? How is the experience with the memory lane? Was it good? Was it fun? Was it interesting, or did something else trigger up being there? Sometimes it does trigger up, yeah. Again, retraining is the most important thing. Let me know if you have any questions there. And one of the other things that you can retrain is by recognizing yourself in this present moment. So it's often bringing back ourselves to the starting point of being present by breathing. You can always anchor yourself to be present. Or sometimes breathing is becoming such an autopilot as well that we don't stop and breathe. So belly breath is the most important thing. Conscious breathing is what I call, is breathing into your lower belly and hold and breathe out. 5 rounds of it. Breathe into your lower belly, hold and breathe out. There are 3 minutes and 7 minutes meditations that I recorded on conscious breathing up on my profile. If you are interested, maybe you can go up there and watch or listen. I was late for my mind went to the negative, but when you said positive, I was able to switch. That's it. That's the whole thing. Yeah, we automatically go into the negative side of things, but it's like constantly we need to remind ourselves, hey, it's the positive things we need to remember from our memories. Yeah. So the exercise is about going into our past, happy memories, reliving it with all the five senses. Yeah. So that way you are rebuilding it and rebringing, rejuvenating yourself as well. Recharging is what is the soul needs with recharge. Yeah. So that's the most important thing. And so, yeah, being in the present moment by conscious breathing, you can do. And also, you can do by, like, noticing what are the three colors I see right now in this room, or the three objects that I do recognize here in this room. Just even by saying those words, the colors, the objects even will change. Or right now, how do I feel? Checking in with ourselves. Rather than waiting for 20 days or 2 months and then saying, hey, I'm not feeling great, but where did it begin? Like, it's always following with ourselves consistently is so important. Yeah, because we get so lost. It's always re-bringing ourselves to the surface. So important. For us that have a traumatic, is there a way to train our brain when we wake up? Um, so I'm not specialized in traumatic things, but what I can say from my own experience is trauma is a memory that is there. There is a story associated. Some traumas do take a long time. Of course, do need professional help as well to release it from our bodies. But with the traumas, it is about what story we have told and how we are still telling our story there. The past has happened. There is nothing much we can do about it. The people associated with would have moved on as well, or they may not be here on the earth realm as well. It's where we feel we are stuck with it. All you can do, the affirmation there, first thing to begin is, I accept myself as I am and I'm willing to move forward. When you say you're willing to move forward, you are untying the traumatic experience or the past memory, that you're able to see something else as well. And that way you are lowering the pain that has been associated in that past. Now, it's not about clearing the trauma there. I don't know if we ever can do it. Like, with my own experiences, it's been years, but there is no pain in them now. But some once in a while, it does come to forward like a grief. It does prick you, but it is about like how we see it. The choice is, can I always would love to go back into that sulking phase or not so grow moment and be there, be in a dark space. But now that I'm doing so much of work, no, it's not worth it. I want to bring myself back to who I am right now and reduce the impact of it into the current moment. Yes, when you create your new memories, you're creating your new memories by being in the present moment. You're less attached to your past, those trauma or the negative memories that we had. Definitely, yeah. And being in the present moment is a gift that we need to embrace. So we are seeing more ourselves as a whole and as a complete person. Yeah. I also like, yeah, there is a parts of us like why we go through those traumatic events, that or what has triggered there, and why did we have that kind of a soul contract, what is that we are learning from it. These are some of the open questions we can always give, so you get more insight to them and reduce it. There is this also other technique that you can do, is, like, when I say like a memory of my traumatic event has happened when I was 21, and there are many things that happen, not only that memory, but also many other events that happened when I was 21. But this is being a much highlight that I'm forgetting everything else. So it is so important to write down, like, 0 to 5, 6 to 10, this kind of a milestones as like timesheet and write what has happened in those years that you're happy about. As we are staying on the happy memories or training our mind to be, write those events that happened in those around years that you always cherish by or you remember. When you started, maybe you have absolutely no memory of that particular year or years when life was in a dark space. That's okay. But as you're consistently writing and training yourself, you know you're opening that veil and you're ready to heal that aspect, and you are seeing through what has happened, what also happened that was good for you. And that's the most important thing, to recognize those moments. Yeah, always I say is like it's just not a holding up the roses, but also embracing the thorns along with it, and appreciating what's around us. Yeah, definitely writing those timeline, positive timeline sheet between like couple of years and one or two things. That's it. Need not be too big, too deep as well. Hey, this is what happened this time. This is what I remember from it. And when you come back again, like maybe a couple of months time, you'll remember something else from those timelines as well. If not, if you have a photograph album, go into those albums and see what you recognize, what you recollect from those as well. So that is again a very powerful, very deep as well. One thing is with all these things, we need some time. We need to sit with ourselves. It's not like you're in a bus, getting a bus and rushing up. It's more about anchoring ourselves to those and also having some trained up habits that you can come out of it as well. That's the most important thing, to have those trained habits and bring out yourself. And having those new trained habits, definitely the bucket list will help, or training yourself with new hobbies, learning new things, or meeting new people, engaging and doing something totally different. Again, remember that's the snowboard that you're going on. When you do new things, you're creating your own new pathway, which is exciting as well. Yeah, that we are totally charged up. And don't forget to breathe. Breathing allows you to shift and change and becoming more belonging to your body. Belonging is the most important thing. Like, we need to be feeling that we belong here. We are here for a reason, and we need to live our life with a purpose, that we are more contentful. That's the most important thing. Yeah. Music, dance, they are the biggest things as well, the biggest cheerleaders. If you don't have anyone else, they are your biggest cheerleaders. Yeah, play a music that will shift your vibration. When you are in low moment, don't play that music of like which is so soft and getting you into sleep. Blast up maybe with some hip hop or some mix or something. The dance the same, you don't need salsa at that time. You might need Bollywood zumba, or like, something more loud as well. Yeah, so that will shift the energy around you. Hey, my next live is tomorrow morning at 10:30. I need to check what the event was. Got a notification. Yeah, tomorrow morning at 10:30 PST time here. I'm doing oracle card readings for the week. We also have new full moon on Thursday. So what the energy holds up. Yeah, and there is also, I'm doing a live tomorrow afternoon as well. So yeah, do come in, please, please. Yeah. And in the profile, you can see my next events. There are loads of them that I have lined up for this week. This week is a busy one with Insighttimer, which I'm totally looking forward to. So, how are you guys doing with your happy memories or joyful memories? How do you feel about it? Let me know in the comments or by the love hearts. Like, did you enjoy that? Did something click in for you? And also, I'm loving to connect with you guys on the circle, also in the personal messages as well. Let them come. Like, if you don't feel comfortable sharing here, I'm more than happy to help you guys offline, anything that you need to connect with. Yeah. It's so important. It's so important that we need to train ourselves. Of course, this could be something that you already heard about it. Maybe you didn't take an action, but maybe now is the time you take an action on it, or you're hearing for the first time. Come on, embrace it and do it. And I have done it. I'm doing it. and I see a big shift and big change as well as a result of it. Yeah, simple thing as like, I used to not like my I was living in Ireland for 20 years. Of course, change from India to Ireland, the weather was the biggest factor. I wasn't happy about it. And then, as my spiritual awakening came in, I started enjoying the weather outside, no matter what it was like, the misty, the foggy days, and everything. Yeah. And I used to tell everyone around me, what a such a beautiful day it is. Like, and even though if they didn't like it, over the time hearing me saying it, it's such a beautiful outside, they started noticing it as well, like, and they said, actually it's nice, it's beautiful, I never saw it through that same lens. So here you go, when you change your own vocabulary, when you change your own energies around you, you are changing everyone's around, right? Why not do that? Always be surrounded by the positive people, and that's how you will be inspired as well. And that's how the good books, the live shows, everything changes us as well, because you are signing a new contract saying you're raising your vibration, you're shifting to where you want to be, and you're taking that commitment and creating a new path. So well done for you all to be here, showing up and being part of this amazing group and community to do this work. And think about like each one of us doing and reflecting to for more people around us, and how that spreads up, isn't it, massively? And the world needs more of that right now than ever before. So always show up with your true calling, with your soul calling, and never hold yourself back because of someone else, because you own yourself. You are living with yourself. You know exactly what your path has been, what your hurdles have been. Embrace all that. I always say, embrace all your scars, all your emotions. That is who you truly are. What is the name of the circle? It's Experience Healing with Srimanju. I'm typing up here. And when you type up on the circles, you'll see my picture there as well. It's a small group we have with a lot of love. Do join. Thank you. So thank you guys. And here is where I would ask you guys to support my work. Either you can follow me by visiting my bio. And so you're keeping up to date with any of the events that are coming up. There is a lot of healing vibes this week that I'll be doing, healing work with Reiki, with chakras, with the full moon as well. And do watch those faces, just receiving those energies. Sometimes when we are making new habits, we need to clear up the past, clear up the energies, the energies around our aura, around our chakras, everything, and then implant new things, new thoughts as well. So it's much easier to bring it up. And there are some meditations that I have placed in, so you might be inspired to listen to them. And please leave a review. And that way it helps me to be here showing up and doing the work. And I'm so grateful for your donations. If you feel called to do it, please do. And it's a way of energy exchange that helps me to show up again for the Insight Timer, as well as a part of it goes to them to hold up this platform for us all. So we're all in this together, working together. I'm so grateful to be part of you guys. Yeah. So let me know if you have any questions here. So what is the first action you would like to do today with out of the training yourself with the happy thoughts, maybe? What is the one key take back that you would like to take from today? The gratitude list, the pause. Yes. Pausing and reflecting, that's the most important thing. Yeah, we are so on the go. We forget to pause, stop, breathe, isn't it? It's like a little reminder we need to give. No wonder as a babies and toddlers they slept so much. They played, they slept, and then they played. And so much they did. But here we are always on the go, not caring for our body as much as we would have done before as a young babies. So bring that back. Belly breath. That's a magic. That's a magic. Have it in your calendar reminders, have it on our sticky notes everywhere. Go outside and ground. Yes. Yeah, nature is so healing. It changes, it shifts. Yeah, your happy memory could be from the nature what you did over the weekend or a trail that you did over the weekend. It can be anything that you want and bring those happy memories. So, thank you guys for being here. I totally enjoyed this being sharing with you all. And yeah, see you tomorrow at 10:30 my time, or I think I have one at 6 o'clock tomorrow as well. So do watch those topics if they are resonating with you. We'll be coming back. And over the weekend, I don't know if anyone attended the Healing with Art workshop, but I was doing the Healing with Art workshop on Saturday, and it was so good for the soul. I have been amazed with what you have created while listening to it. So I have placed up the next event for early July. So do watch out if you missed it and you want to join again or join again. Yeah, do definitely. Art is a soul therapy. So, with that, I'll log off now. Thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful day, evening, afternoon, to wherever you are. Do what excites you. And remember, you are a beautiful soul and you can achieve whatever you want to and relive those happy memories. So, thank you so much for being here and showing up. Thank you, guys. Lots of love and best wishes. Namaste.